My name is Diana Romanovska, and today I will show you how to fill out Form FL-142, the Schedule of Assets and Debts. The Schedule of Assets and Debts is used as part of financial discovery to show the other party what assets and debts you and the community have. This form is not filed with the court. As you can see, it says in big letters across the top of the form. Though it doesn't go to court, this is still signed under penalty of perjury, so make sure you're truthful when you're filling out this form. Alright, first fill out the box labeled attorney or party without an attorney. Provide your name, address, and information. If there is domestic violence involved, you may be able to keep your address confidential. Please talk to your attorney or someone at your local courthouse to get more information if you want to keep your address confidential. Next, provide your telephone number. Where it says attorney for, you write in proper, right here, or self-represented. This lets the court know you have not an attorney. Where it says petitioner, put your name of the spouse that filed the divorce. Where it says respondent, put the name of the other spouse. Where it says case number, put the case number. Where it says Schedule of Assets and Debts, there are two check boxes underneath. Check the box of the party you are. If you filed for divorce, you are the petitioner. If your spouse filed for divorce, you are the respondent. For pages 1 to 3, the following apply. Where it says asset descriptions, for each item you will identify and describe what it is. For example, for a house you would provide the address. For furniture, state what type of furniture, like table or sofa. Where it asks for accounts such as savings, checking, or credit card, put the part where the account is held and the last 4 digits of the account number. The next column says separate property, right here. This is where you indicate whether an item is separate property belonging to you, separate property belonging to the other party, or community property. If an item is separate property of the petitioner, put P. If it is the separate property of the respondent, put R in this column next to the item. And here would be P. If the item is community property, leave this column blank. The next column says date acquired. This is where you will put the dates that each item is acquired. Put your best estimate of the date it was acquired. If you don't have an exact date, a year is good, or even before marriage, during marriage, or after marriage. The next column is where you put the current gross value of the item. This means you should put the value of the item without taking into account any debt owed on the item. The final column is where you put an amount of debt owed on the item. If you have any items that don't fit in this sheet, continue another sheet of paper, being sure to label everything clearly. In item 27, you click how many attachment pages are going to be attached to this form. At the bottom of page 3, in item 18, total up the total amount of assets listed on page 1 to 3 and any continuation sheet and the total amount of debt owed to those assets and fill the boxes. For page 4, the following apply. The first column is where you will put to whom each debt is owed. The next column, you will indicate whether it is separate debt or respondent or petitioner community as described above. Next, put the total amount debt right here. Finally, put the date of the debt that was incurred. This will be the date that you took the loan or made the purchase. If you have any items that don't fit on this page, continue on another sheet of paper, being sure that you label everything clearly. At the bottom of the page 4, in item 26, total up the amount of debt listed on page 4 and any continuation sheet. If you have used continuation sheets, check item 27 and write the number of extra pages. At the bottom, sign and date the document. After you have filled out the form, you will need to provide the supporting documentation. This means proof that what you are disclosing is accurate. For each item, if you have some sort of proof of its value or the amount of the debt, include a copy of the proof. For example, for a house, you should include a copy of the deed and of the mortgage. For the bank account, you should include a copy of the most recent statement that shows the amount in the account. Each item will tell you what accompanying proof you should provide. If you would like to have an attorney working with you in your divorce, please contact me at Romanovska Law. My phone number is 415-347-0584. And have a great day.